So Chris,
Yo,
you ready to enter the dragon?
I am ready for all the moves that this shoe will bring. From a legend, of course.
Hey everyone, my name is Rico.
My name is Chris.
And welcome to another sneaker review here on SneakerWeb. Today we have the Leaning All City 9 V2 with the Boa construction. Chris, what are your initial thoughts before I get into the tech review?
It is very eccentric. I say that. This shoe has a lot of stuff on it.
Yes.
But it also is very interesting. Me being a huge D-Wade fan, I can pretty much overlook some of the stuff on this shoe. But it's very
D-Wade is a very eccentric man.
Very eccentric and very different. But let's go ahead and get into that tech breakdown.
So, like I did in the Anti-KT7, I'm gonna start with the outsole and work my way up. Just a regular rubber outsole. But then you have a X-shaped TPU for torsional rigidity so you don't overflex your foot. But this yellow portion right here, I know it's hard with all the yellow, but bear with me. This yellow portion right here, that is the cloud foam. And what's housed in that is one unit of Boom, which is their, think of it like Boost, but it's a different type of eTPU. They just tweaked the formula and called it something else. But Boom is just in the forefoot. Everything else is just cloud foam. And then you have a, Pro Bar stability plate right here in the middle. That's kind of the Eclipse plate you could think of, like they use in the Air Jordan line. But getting into the upper, you just have a basic textile upper, but what also makes this shoe special is this boa construction right here. You pop it off, loosen it a little bit, pop it back in, tightens the shoe down, and that's your ankle lace. But then it also has this strap here at the midfoot, forefoot, and that's how you lock down individually your midfoot and forefoot away from your ankles, so that way, like past boa constructions or like past laceless systems, you aren't over tightening one area and then keeping one area loose. My personal favorite of the laceless predating this was the Kobe Fast Fit system. That is still, in my opinion, the best laceless system. But after that, we'll see if this either matches it or exceeds it.
Yeah, when we're talking about laceless, I think if we're looking at it for me, I really like the Nike Adapt basketball shoes. I think those are really, really good as far as lacing up. I just can't see myself charging my sneakers at night. It's weird,
not at all.
You know, but
on a Wi-Fi charger.
I don't know, like it's crazy, but I do feel like part of me sees the kind of laceless strapping system as a slightly gimmicky on this shoe.
Correct.
Especially with how thin this is a really strong line, but
right,
it does look very thin, and it does worry me that this could possibly break it down the line after a good amount of wear, or if you're not careful enough,
right,
it could happen. The strap is pretty cool. I think that works very well on this shoe, and just by touching the bottom of the shoe, a big contrast from the last shoe we reviewed, it is very grippy. This shoe, it's sitting in my hand right now, and it's just grabbing my palms. Like, it's insane. Colorway on this, I think it is very loud, but
very
it
loud.
works for the system of, it being a collab for Bruce Lee and,
right,
memorabilia on that sort. And I think it works. The one thing I'm not gonna say that I like very much is that there is a lot of Dwyane Wade branding on this shoe.
Oh, absolutely.
Like when you see this shoe,
would you like me to point them out to you?
There's a lot. There's one in particular that I do not like, and is this right here, www.wayofwade.com.
Do you guys realize that they have to etch this in the, what's it called? The molds that they have to make for the outsole. They have to etch that separately and machine mill it, and it costs thousands of dollars.
That's crazy. And I'm a huge fan of Wade, but come on, be Wade. Like, if people really wanted to find you, they'd find you, you know what I mean? And, you have the Be Water, kind of hashtag style thing there. And then
I actually like that.
That's pretty okay. But I feel like the one thing that I really enjoy about this shoe is this right here in the back. This little Bruce Lee. I wouldn't call it a pull tab, but it's like an extra piece that they put back there that I feel like works well on the shoe. Even the tongue. I like this little, you know, I don't know if it was Japanese or Chinese. Is it Chinese?
I believe it's Chinese.
So this Chinese accent up here,
yeah.
I like that a lot.
Did you see that they stitched the dragon into the tongue?
I did see that.
Yeah.
That's super, and that's what I mean. Like those little subtle hints are super, super nice. I do also like, me being a core Miami Heat fan, you know, from when they won their first championship. I was there. I can show you guys pictures. Their championship dates that they won throughout his time in the NBA. I think that's super dope, and I think that's a nice touch on these kicks here. Colorway. I think the colorway is, if it wasn't a Bruce Lee collab, I would think these are probably the loudest shoes I think I've ever seen as far as the yellow. I like my yellows, don't get me wrong. But this yellow is very, very loud. And then the different accents that they attach to the shoe adds on to the loudness of the shoe. So I feel like it gives it like, if I were out at night, you would see me for sure. With these on. So I think that's, you know, a big thing there. Once again, I don't think that's the case on that shoe, but this shoe does have a loose stitch here.
Yes.
Which was a huge problem for me with the previous shoes that we reviewed, and it's also for this one. I would like to see a little bit of tougher stitching, less glue marks, especially on the frontal end here. You can kind of see it going into there.
A little bit of QC issues.
Yeah, I would like to see less of that and probably more of a tighter, you know, system, and it's all around the edge of the shoe as well. You can kind of see it next to the Boa turnstile here. So kind of that, you know, it's trial and error, I feel like, for these D-Wade shoes, but overall I do think that it's interesting, and I'd like to see Dwyane Wade stepping out of the box here. But since you said you can point out all the D-Wade branding for me, I would like for you to do that for me if you can.
Okay, so minus the WW website, you also have the giant, I don't know how you didn't point that out, was the Way Away logo here.
Oh, crap. I was too distracted by all the other advertisements on this shoe.
Yes, the Way Away logo right here. And then what used to be the pivot point, they no longer brand that as the Way of Wade logo. But also, what I personally like, before I get into the rest of the branding, is this Li-Ning logo right here. It's kind of like the blood scratch mark like you got in Into the Dragon. That's a little nod to Bruce Lee. Oh, you also have the D-Wade 3 right here and the AC9 right there. More D-Wade. Oh, then you have a signature right across the tongue.
If you didn't know.
If you didn't know that this was Dwyane Wade's shoe. But a couple of the Bruce Lee touches is his birthday is on that the right shoe, and his the year he died is on the left shoe right here. But that, I think, takes care of some of the little design aesthetics. In terms of performance and how it feels, like Chris said, somehow he just has hardwood hands and he can tell, you know, what type of grip is on the bottom of these shoes right here. But I can tell you by trying these on, these definitely do feel like a stable option. I will say definitely go true to size. Wide footers, this may not be a shoe for you just simply because of the laceless options for this. But if you are able to try these on at some of the D-Wade boutiques, then definitely try that on for yourself. But if you're shipping these overseas or you're buying these online, for wide footers, definitely go up half a size, possibly a full size. But speaking of the stability, you definitely sit within the midsole, which is a good plus. I like that in a shoe where the shoe hugs you and wraps around you instead of you sitting on top of it. And you know, the Velcro feels very strong when you attach the midsole strap onto it. Boa construction, we'll see if the cable breaks or not. I mean, yeah. I play in my shoes very hard, and that's going to be tested for sure.
So, yeah, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10. Maybe once the performance comes through, maybe my opinions will change.
Design-wise, this is definitely somebody took a bottle of mustard and just poured it all over it. And
or took a giant taxi and just slammed it.
Right. So design-wise, I don't think I've ever gone lower than a 7 on this.
Damn.
And I think I'm going to design
Really?
aesthetically.
So what is your initial? Okay, so
my initial design?
okay,
Like I wanted these for the Bruce Lee,
okay,
but this is like a 6 to me.
that's fair game. It is very all over the place. I'll tell you
Right,
that.
like your eyeballs don't know where to look. But again, performance-wise, I don't know what that's gonna be like until we get these on court.
Agreed.
So we'll see.
Okay. Fair.
But that takes care of everything for the leaning all city V2 9. That's a mouthful. You guys definitely need to work on that for sure.
Yeah.
But again, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about these design-wise, and if you've played in a pair already, let us know what you think down below. And also subscribe to the channel, share this video, like it, and swing by next time for more awesome content coming your way, as always. Anything you want to sign off with?
And just remember, guys, like the grip on this shoe, keep on trekking. We'll see you later.
Peace, guys.
Later.